Forbes put out a really interesting article this week talking about a recession. And it caught my attention because I was just having a conversation with a realtor. Hi, Scott. I hope you're getting these emails now. And last week, he said it's only a recession in real estate, meaning we're the only ones feeling this thing. And I know he was kidding, but over the weekend, I kept turning this over and over in my head because I noticed restaurants are still packed, stores are still busy, everything seems to be buzzing, and no one seems to be pinching pennies. And not to be insensitive, because I do realize there are some folks, specifically in the tech industry, who are feeling this recession in the form of layoffs. So maybe it's just us and them. But that's what the Forbes article was talking about, that this recession might actually be felt the most by upper and middle classes. The tight jobs market would protect everyone else. Like, for example, the layoffs that we're seeing do seem to be white-collar jobs, while restaurants and the hospitality industry is still struggling to fill jobs. I'm also aware that the National Bureau of Economic Research hasn't even called this a recession officially, but I've talked about that before, and I do believe that when they do, it will have started in 2022. It'll say 2022-, meaning we're already in it now. But where else are folks likely to start feeling this thing? I did a little polling on my Instagram this week, and I got some interesting responses. I had a couple friends who work as recruiters or headhunters saying that many companies are on a hiring freeze. A couple responses from people saying that their employers have put raises on hold and they didn't receive year-end bonuses. This falls in line with that recession concept that white-collar workers will feel this recession first and foremost. I also received responses, though, about online commerce being down, influencers being offered way less brand partnerships, and other indicators that consumers are cutting back on their shopping. Then something I can speak to personally, unfortunately, Airbnb bookings are sharply down. My husband and I have one in Sonoma County, and we have one booking this year. Many investors in that space are shifting from short-term rentals to mid-term, meaning 30 days or more, and hoping to attract executive rentals or travel nurses. That's also nicer for your property because it's a little less wear and tear. But this whole trend happening in vacation rentals is interesting to follow and falls in line with what we know about a recession. Because as a recession sets in, one of the first things people are going to cut back on is travel. Vacations get tabled and Airbnb rentals would be down as a result. I was also talking with my friend Kelly, who's a financial advisor, and she reminded me that there is usually a disconnect between Wall Street and Main Street. It's possible that Wall Street, the market, if you're following it, you'll probably be relieved to hear this, has already seen the worst of the recession, while it's just now filtering down to us on Main Street. It's all going to be interesting to watch, and it's important to understand the impact this would have on housing. So if you're following these updates, definitely go back and check out last week's again, because it'll help you understand how this is all going to impact housing and the real estate market. It'll help you have intelligent conversations surrounding that subject.